everything I want. And that is the...
And that's common here too.
Yeah, exactly. And that is the thing that's suffering and taking Africa backward, because the leaders ask for all of this money. They have all of these different ministers and all of their hand. They all get the money in their hand, trying to do this, trying to do that, and they end up doing nothing. So I think to focus the money on a specific area and do a little increment, and then the people that give them money supervise that money, I think they may start to do something different. We'll start to see something a little bit
management
different.
Is definitely something that needs to be developed hardly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It hurts so much, because we are such smart people, such talented people, and also the mentality that most of the Africans back home has is that when you come from America or when you come from different country, they don't want you work in the government. Some of them fight against that as well, and they have this saying, well, you shouldn't have left and go over there anyway. You should be here and fight with us.
Oh my God. I'm so glad you came on today, because it kind of sums up right now in the way I see it, is that African main biggest problem, the love of the money.
You love the money.
It's just corrupting everything.
It's
corrupting the mentality. It's corrupting the ideology.
Yeah.
It's corrupting the function of the country. It's corrupting to the potential of what you can do.
Yeah.
It's the love of the money.
It's corrupting everything. It surprises. It's just a mind-boggling. Like, why would you want to see your people suffering all the time?
Yes.
Can you just have some pity and like, you know what? I'm gonna do whatever I told the people I'm gonna do. I'm gonna come and fix it. I'm gonna clean up the place. I'm gonna make sure there's no corruption. I'm gonna make sure that people get job.
Yes.
I'm gonna make sure I bring infrastructure in this country. When you bring infrastructure in the country, people are working and they can eat. Even if you are stealing money, people forget because they're working. Nobody even think about that. Corruption happens in America here. You know, America is the root of corruption, but people don't even notice it because I'm working, I'm getting my money, and I'm getting paid. And so people don't really see it. All these lobbyists, they're all corruptions. But their money has been used in the right space for people, and people are working. So you don't really get to see it that much.
Yes.
But it's here too. But you get Africa, your country is not developed. People are not working. But then you want to steal all the money. You first build the empire first, fix the place, make sure everybody's working, everybody's eating, they get job for everybody.
Have a plan.
Part of plan.
Yeah.
And so even when you're doing corruption, people really don't see it. They don't really see it. But people see it clearly. I don't have food, but I see you with food, and you know that you're my leader, but you're not giving me any. I mean, people are gonna rise. They're gonna rise up, and that's Africa problem. The leaders are not, doing the right thing, and
they'll do anything for you, expecting money.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Yes. Wow. Yeah. So I'm gonna go to some questions that I wrote down here.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna expect your answers on them.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So you did highly criticize the foreign policy on your live stream.
Yeah.
Yeah. Explain that a little bit more, because I'm kind of curious. Like, what does the foreigners and you said EU, the Europeans, and the other people that we expect to come in to help us solve our problem or to create the democracy that are happening in the country. So what are their position, or the United Nations, all those other foreign policies and communities that are involved in Africa?
Well, Africans have very, the foreign policy in Africa is very, very poor as well, because when you look at United States and other countries, they don't really give Africa that much credit. Especially when you look at the U.S. Well, we get money from Africa, get money, 50 billions from there, but that's all with interest. But they really don't talk about the greatness of Africa unless, let's say...
I'm so glad you mentioned that.
Yeah,
yes.
Unless it's something happening, or let's say something happening in Somalia, or maybe I give you an example, or let's say, they catch somebody, they say, they were going to recruit him for Al-Qaeda, he's Somali. Then the media focus on Somali. Then that will show that part of Africa. That's the only foreign policy the United States they have in Africa, to be showing African nation how terrible they are.
Now you really opened my mind to something I never thought of.
So when you have stigmatized language, you stigmatize language on people all the time. It gets into people's brain, and people think that Africans are just nothing but they're criminals, or they're not worth it, and that sink into some Africans. And I don't know if I don't want to say that's an excuse.
That really hurts.
I believe,
man, it's like telling a child you're stupid all your life when they grow up.
Yeah, exactly. It's like telling your kid you're stupid, and then
they end up believing it. Yes.
Yeah, they end up believing it. So I don't know if that's how the people in Africa have been fed with those kind of worries, and it gets into them, and it's normalized.
It's normalized.
It's normalized.
Yes.
So that's the mindset.
Because like you mentioned earlier, you see a white man, you let them go ahead because you praise them over nothing.
Exactly. That's the mindset of European, how they use Africa. The Africa really don't have any kind of good foreign policy. It's really terrible. That's how they use Africans, and they put puppets into power. They put their puppets into power, and that's the only foreign policy they get. They have somebody who they use as a puppet, and that person just there to serving their interest, not the people of that nation interest. So that's the one of the things I was talking about, and that's what I talk about the ECOWAS, who is very, very corrupt. Because they're now working in the interest of their own African leaders. They're working in their own interest, and they are being overseas by European countries who are also looking and then using it as puppet to control their people down. You see what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, I'll put an example. It's kind of like, let's say you want to run for a senator, all right?
Yes.
You know me very well. My name is Amara. You know me, and I know you guys. We are friends. We're good friends, and I know you do a lot of things, but my community knows me very well. Everybody follow me, whatever I say, people believe me and they come to me. And then you come to me, hey, Amara, I'm running for senator. I want your vote. I want you to go and talk to the people. I want you to talk to people. But me knowing you is just go as far as we hanging out in the bar. We saying hello to each other. What you do with your daily life, I really don't know that. So it's kind of like an acquaintances, But we see each other all the time.
Yeah.
And now I assume that you're my best friend.
Person on the shallow things.
Exactly. So all of a sudden I become your friend because you come into my community to want to vote. Then I become your best friend. Then maybe you give me some money, say, Amara, talk to your people. Then I come there. I know Lamar, she's a great person. She's done X, Y, and Z. She and I used to hang out. We used to do it. And so my people believe that. And the people believe in me. They say, I'm going to vote for him. I'm going to vote for him now.
Wow.
And then you come there, you're a totally different person than you're supposed to be, And that's how it works in Africa. So these Europeans, they come to the EU or the ECOWAS leaders. That's how that's why they treat them. They bribe them. They sugar feed them, all kind of stories and stuff like that, and they come over there and do different things different to the African. So the whole thing is corrupt. So the foreign policy in Africa is just very poor. The media.
What can our own African people do themselves
that's
to not allow those bribery to get into them or be easily manipulated?
Well, first of all, they need to set on an anti-corruption bureau in all African states. You set on an anti-corruption bureau to set on a team of investigation in all African countries. So if anybody is being taught about being corrupt, they should investigate them. Or if you are living in power, they make sure they investigate. That is the way. I think corruption will start. They should open a anti-corruption bureau in all African states that is ready to investigate people, and the laws you deal with. And Africans have this policy of allowing leaders to be corrupt, and then we'll put it to God. When we're gonna get away from saying, "Oh man, it's God," or this and that? This, you take religion out of this. So when God makes this person a leader, they're gonna be a leader forever and ever. Well, God didn't tell you to go out and suffer your people.
Yes.
If you're gonna be a leader for everybody, not just for you and your family. And then you have other people that are saying over there, oh, God put him into power, so you should allow him to be there, black and white and stuff like that. No.
Yes.
So we have to get away from all those mentalities. And as long as we can get this mentality and set up an investigation bureau for corruption and stuff like that, I think we'll start seeing some leading way in doing things. But as long as those are not going to happen, Africa has a very long way to get out of corruption. Seriously, and the leaders are fighting those things. They don't want those things to happen. They don't want to see anti-corruption bureau. They don't want to see investigation into those things. By the time they talk about investigation, the people that talk about investigation, they're ready to take you and put you in jail, or maybe you disappear. If a leader see that this person is on their back, ready trying to see what they do, they make you disappear.
Wow.
And you have the rest of the world looking up there and doing nothing about it, to come and criticize you when you try to take action. So that's what I didn't like about the whole thing that was going on in Mali.
Yeah.
Everybody was sitting there looking at what he's doing.
That's one thing I'm going to mention too. I feel like the people don't challenge who is about to lead their country.
Yeah. They
don't challenge them. They don't test them. So like you mentioned earlier, of course we are such a big believers in Africa. We put everything in God's hand and things like that.
Yeah.
We're so big on that we forget that we are given powers as well to do our part. Yeah. Because if you're going to appoint somebody who is going to run your country, test them, challenge them, know exactly who they are, But I know, of course, our presidency or how they're selected is not anything like the Western here.
No, it's not.
Of course, they have a whole different way.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking maybe Africa have a strategy in how they select their presidents.
Well,
is there a strategy? Is there anything?
Well, I don't know. I don't know if they have strategies or whatever. Because if you have strategy, you'll be organized and do things, differently.
Unless if like the leader just like sneak up in the middle of the crowd and they're like, "Yep, I'm here. I'm the leader."
Well, every leaders is, every leaders has somebody that is looking over their head, or African leaders as a whole. They always have somebody in Europe that they are working for. Period.
Okay.
They all do, because that's where they get this. That's where they get their campaign money from. They lobby from all these people.
Now that leads on to my next question about
they
that.
Get money. So if United States or if China, for example, is giving you money to go and run a campaign, they want a little piece of everything in your government. They want to be the one to pull corporate.
I see what you're saying. Okay.
Like right now, China is taking over Liberia, all over. It's Chinese everywhere.
So it's like, we'll invest in you because we know we're going to get something out of it.
Exactly. And as I learned, I don't know how true this is. I don't know if it's factual. Because I was into that. My parents was into the mining business, diamond. But I heard now that Chinese in Liberia, in fact, selling the diamond area, they have taken over that.
Yeah.
Because they've given the Liberian government so much money.
Oh, they've taken land.
Yeah, they've given Liberian government so much money. They signed a lot of. Who know what they signed? Who know what President George Weah signed with the Chinese? Nobody know. So they have taken over a lot of the mining sectors in Liberia. Like you can barely get mining areas. Sometimes you have to pass through the Chinese.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous. I heard that, and it surprises me. Like, how did they get that? Well, how did they get that? Because of the document they signed. Maybe the money that the people
they're giving
into the
money.
country. Yeah. They're putting in too much money into Liberia.
Yeah.
And who know what is what they're signing, what the government is signing with them. So you never know. And then why are you leaving the citizens of the country that actually can benefit from those mining sector, but you're giving it to foreigner because they're giving you money, and the money they're giving it to you, people are not seeing the benefit of it. It's all about you. And it's ridiculous. It's really bad. It's a bad principle, and we don't know how we're going to get out of it. Like I told you, that's only way we can get out of it. We can set up an anti-corruption bureau and an investigation into Africa, all African nations. Yeah, for seriously, to investigate.
Anti-corruption bureau leaders, get on that.
To investigate all these guys. Where is the money going? And
that is true. Yeah. That would be the beginning of changing all this.
Exactly. And people that are giving them money should have financial support, like oversee the project. Because if I'm in a European country and I give you money, I think they should set up a tactic where they can oversee that project to see the money I gave you, where is the money going? I want to see you do the project.
Yes.
But if you give the person the money and you just turn your back, you're just giving him the money to go and eat. Because money doesn't speak. You only know the person that has it. And so if these guys cannot account for the money given to them, then there's nothing has been done. Nothing's been done in the country.
Yeah.
So these are the problems in Africa that we're facing. Wow. There's no account for anything. There's no account. Everybody just doing their own thing. Money comes here. This person has it. They go and take some. The other person has it. Gives some to this person. Oh man, I'm giving you this guy. I don't want you to talk anything. So if I have a project and I get the money from a company, and everybody that works with me, and I just start giving them money, gentlemen, look, this is and give them money. It's like, hey, we can't talk about this, and that's the kind of thing that goes on. They actually divide the money to each other, and say we can't talk about it, and then just keep the rest, and then put all the fixed documents together and say we've done this, we've done X, Y, and Z, because the leaders within that particular one have already talking to each other how to help each other with money, and then they put all this money into their account. I don't know. I think it's almost like the fear, like I said from the beginning, the fear of leaving that particular government and being poor. But you're doing it the wrong way. Just do it right. Just work and get your paycheck, and save your money or invest your money. You're not going to get poor.
Thank you.
But if you get the money and you have 10,000 girlfriends, you want to build 10,000 houses for all these girls, of course you're going to steal, because that's not how to invest.
Oh my
your
God,
money.
that leads me to this one
You're
question.
not investing your money, and that's what most African leaders do. A lot of them, all these leaders, that they have 20 girlfriends. I'm serious. It's not so much. No, I'm serious. It's like a joke. It's like a joke. And they want to.
I'm not gonna lie, I see that. I witnessed it.
It is true. And they want to do so many things. They have to do a lot of things to all these girls. I mean, it's. I don't even know how to put it. No,
that leads me to okay. So the private sectors of Africa, these are the people who are in charge of the development of Africa, who are supposed to put a team together.
That's true.
To go finish whatever the project is, this specific project, and have the people in that country hire them to work, because the private sector have the money that were given to them by the other foreigners' countries that were invested in them, right? So, yes, I've seen situations where, there's so many private sectors in Africa.
Well, the thing they make it, when people give the private sector money to do project, it makes it difficult for the locals or small businesses that's supposed to get that's supposed to get those money. They make it difficult for them, because all of the things that they ask for, to provide, and sometimes these people don't have those, and so most of the time when people give organization money or that give money to people, and you get, and people, you're supposed to give this money to people, and they have rules. They have their own rules of who they should give the money to. And so if they have missing certain kind of documents, or that is not really a big deal, they don't give the money. And that money is not reported to the people to say, hey, the money you give us, we couldn't give it because they are lacking X, Y, and Z, so I don't think they're going to do this project. That money sits there. That money becomes for them.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And so it's like that. And so all of these money that people give them, the reason people can't see it, because they are not giving the money to the right people. They're not using the money. They're keeping everything. They're finding excuses for why they're not giving the money. And they might give it to a few of people, and the people that they're going to give to, those are their own people. Those are the people that they put that is going to actually do the work for them. You see what I'm saying? So the money given to this person, or Paul is doing that project, but Paul is doing, the director that giving that give Paul that has something in that particular project. See what I'm saying?
So the money circle with the money.
It just circle within the people that have
circle.
it. So all of the project they have it is for them. It's not for somebody else that is coming there for money. No, it's not. So
it's like India. You're either rich or you're poor.
Yeah, you're not rich or poor. So you can see it clear. Like people who can see that, they are really dumb, because you can see it clear. It's clear. It's not like people are not doing certain kind of project in Africa. They are doing project in Africa. Some people are doing project in Africa, but the problem, that same money is in the circle with the people that are doing it. You don't see other people getting any benefit from it. Then you wonder, how is this project going on, but how can the people not working? The people not working because the person that giving this project is belong to them, not you. It's like Alpha Condor, like I'm saying right now, he's doing all these constructions and everything in Africa. He's benefiting.
Yeah.
Nobody is benefiting. I mean, you see that amount of construction. Nobody is benefiting from that. And it's not, is it the houses that people are going to eat, or is it work they're going to eat? So these are the problems that Africans are facing. We need investigation over that, you know.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So much corruption. So I think we're coming towards the end of our live stream. I don't know if it's been an hour yet, but now my next question is, how can the diaspora, the people that are here in the United States, okay, be a part of the change in Africa? And what could they do differently?
Well, if the people in Africa accept the diaspora to actually participate and help them, it will happen. But a lot of time too, the people in Africa don't originally accept the people from here to actually participate and do work, you know, and that is the most difficult thing. And the reason for that here is the people in power always try to, how can I say that, like, make sure that the people abroad don't interfere. So they sort of like encourage the people in the town, like, how you gonna allow somebody who hasn't been here for a very long time, doesn't know anything about the country, all of a sudden they want to come and tell what to do. So when these things are preached to the people, the local people, they fly with it. And so then you don't have that many support from people in the diaspora to actually help, because the propaganda, thinking that we've been out here for a long time, we don't know anything about the country. Why is it all of a sudden they're there and then we want to come and take over everything? Well, you don't have anything. We want to come and do things and help you develop. You know, that's why we came abroad, to come and learn and go back home and help our country develop. Now, if you block us from coming, how?
That was one of my questions as a child growing up.
Yeah, exactly. If you block us from coming, how can you get out of the poverty you are in when you're blocking us? Because the people that are sitting there, they don't want us to come.
Yeah.
Because that's dangerous for them. So they got run all this propaganda. Well, however, I think that we ourselves in diaspora, we should hold ourselves responsible, because we should be able to find a way how we can help back home, no matter how difficult it is. You know, and I'm working on that. You know, I'm not putting all my eggs in one basket here right now. From seeing all of those videos and from making all these things, I have a political ambition in Africa. Seriously, I want to do something there, whether it's a nonprofit or going there to actually do something to make some changes. I want to do it because I'm just, you know, I have the power, I have the willpower. I think I can do a lot of things in Africa. If I get into power, I can change a lot of stuff over there. You know, I can do a lot of stuff. So I'm thinking about it. You know, it'll take me a little time, but I will do it. You know,
You know, one thing I realized is that one thing I learned through all of this chaos that are happening around the world, activists really do have a very powerful way of fighting democracy. So I think that's one thing that we should have in Africa as well. You know,
I know. Well,
I don't know if you can like be an activist, you know, overseas, or like be in Africa actually coming face to face. You know. Well, like some of the communities are marching here to the Capitol, you know, where activists could do the same thing, march in front of the leader's house or president's house.
They can't. Africa that's hard because they're gonna put you in jail. There's no freedom of speech. You know what I'm saying?
Corruption over corruption.
Corruption over corruption. Corruption over rampant corruption. Rampant corruption over rampant corruption. That's what they do. Like, it's true. Like, even when I made that video, okay, and I was talking to the Ibrahim Boubacar Keita, how corrupt they are, and I even mentioned Lassana Conte, that, you know, because this is what happened. Lassana Conte, who is trying to go for the third term, this was the guy when I was in Guinea, working in Guinea. This guy was one of those from France, very well educated. And the president at that time was one guy they called Lassana Conte.
Yeah.
He told Lassana Conte was corrupt. And he came in from France, all these education. So people laughing, they were happy. You know. So he wanted to contest with Lassana, but unfortunately Lassana Conte died.
Yeah.
You know, but then he became president. This is the same guy that we're talking about how corrupt Lassana Conte is, blah blah blah. Lassana Conte overstill, he's a dictator. But look what he's doing now. Now he's trying to do the constitution over, you know.
Yeah.
And so he's trying to do a constitutional revision to have him come for the third time. See what I'm saying?
Yep, authoritarian.
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly. And so when this thing happened in Mali, I heard he went to Nigeria. For Nigeria to now recognize the military that are there, that have taken power until they can have a free and fair election. And because he according to them, that he's saying that if this pass through, what he's about to do, it might not pass through. And what he's doing, when it goes through, other African leaders, because African leaders mimic each other. So what Lassana Conte is doing right now, trying to run for the third time, if it passes through, other African country leaders going to do the same thing. They're going to try to do the third time or change their constitution to go for the third time because Guinea have done it, so I'm going to do it too. That person's going to do it too. So they feed off of each other. They feed off of each other. Whatever the person is doing, that one person is going to support the other person because the other person want to do it too. So that's why they don't condemn each other. Because everyone of them should stand up and condemn people, a dictator, or to condemn a corruption.
So no one stands out to their own line.
ECOWAS that's supposed to do it, ECOWAS is not doing it. ECOWAS is supposed to be like the military, watching what in. Say, look, if you're going to do this, we are going to make sure we script this off of you. We're going to take this away from you, and you're not going to get any money from it. But they don't do it. Because they themselves are corrupt.
Wow. So
it makes it very, very difficult. It makes it very, very difficult. So there's no freedom of speech. Like I said, that video I made, I have people inboxing me. Like, oh, you're talking about Lassana Conte? I don't think you're going to ever come to Guinea anymore because they're going to hunt you from the airport. Seriously? Yeah. They're going to, some of his people are going to see that video of me talking about they're going to hunt me to the airport when I come.
That's fear-mongering.
That's fear-mongering. And I told the president, I'm like, you know what? I would love to Conte to put me in jail. Oh my God. I would love for him to apprehend me.
Bring your military.
The loudest mouth ever in their life. Yeah. I would love them to apprehend me. Let's go ahead, Or maybe they'll just kill me to the airport there. Yeah. That's the only way I won't talk. Because I'm not afraid of anybody. I'm not really not, because they're not, it's my country, it's your country. If you're doing something wrong, I'm going to tell you you're doing it wrong. I don't care. You can be whatever, Yeah. You want to throw me in jail, go throw me in jail.
That's one thing. Leaders don't like to be told that they're doing something wrong.
Yeah. And that's why I think all Africans, which you all stand in the diaspora everywhere, and speak out. But some people are very scared to speak out because they feel like they're going to go to jail. I'm not afraid of jail, Nelson Mandela. For freedom to fight. He fight so
he stood his ground.
He stood his ground. Yeah. He went to jail. He came back out, and he became president of that nation. Whatever is destined for a human being is destined for you. You can't be afraid and let your people suffer because you're afraid to go to jail or the person. No, I don't even have time for that. And I told him, I said, seriously, you telling me that? I mean, the emails here, we're going back and forth. From that video, it's like, oh, you're going to go to jail. You're going to go to jail in Guinea when you go because you're messing up Lassana Conte. He's a great guy, blah, 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 blah.
That's what cowards will always do, is talk you out of your truth.
Yeah.
Talk you out of it.
I said, this guy doesn't even know what he's talking about. You think I'm afraid of jail? Come on, please, man. I've seen African leaders that, that went to jail for freedom. Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Medgar Evers College. All these great leaders. They made impact. They are dead, but people stay talking about them. So I want to live that legacy. I want to go to jail to fight for my people. If you're gonna put me in jail for fighting for people. Amara went to jail because he was fighting freedom. He was fighting for people.
And you'll know you're doing the right thing.
I do the right thing because you know what? When I go, my name will stay there forever. That's legacy.
Yeah.
Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, they're dead, but we still talk about them as if they said they were here. Because they stood up for freedom. They stood up for the right thing. Yeah. So you're never going to forget about it. So if you can't stand for the right thing, then what are you going to stand for? For lies? And you're going to lie just because you don't want to go to jail? I'm not afraid of that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, Amara, I stand with you 100%. Like, you are bold, you are a fighter, and no matter how many stones these people are going to try to throw at you, they're in their own fearful way.
I'm telling you, man. Yeah. I saw the email, I was surprised. I was like, what? This guy threatened me that I want to go to Guinea, I'm going to go to jail because I talk about this guy here, Alpha Conte, that he's doing the wrong thing to go for the third term.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, come on, man. He's doing the wrong thing. He is doing the wrong thing, and the reason why he's saying that, this president is my own cousin. He lives in London. The reason why he's saying that because he's got a contract with Lassana Conte. They're building houses.
Oh.
They're building in houses in, he's got a contract with the government.
Yeah.
So for him, it's a threat if Lassana Conte gets off. Maybe his contract might be scratched away. Who know what they're doing? So he's got a guts to come email me. Oh, what are you doing right now? You're talking about Lassana Conte. You better be very careful because when you go to Guinea, they can put you in jail. And you know your dad lives there. You gotta visit him once in a while. I say, is that a threat? I'm like, I'm not afraid of Conte. And I'm so surprised that you saying that you guys are the people that are having our people suffer in Africa. Just because you have a contract with Lassana Conte and you fear that when he's removed, your contract is going to be scratched away. If you're doing the right thing, there's no reason the next president that's coming over will look at your contract to see if you're doing the right thing. He'll take you back. But if you're doing corruption, of course you're going to be wiped away. Maybe that's what you're afraid of.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean it's crazy. That's what goes on in Africa. They try to put fear in people. I say you putting the fear in the wrong person.
I met a different Amara today.
Yeah. I say you putting the fear in the wrong person because I'm not going to be afraid.
Yeah.
I'm not like that,
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we have come to the end of our live stream. Amara, I truly appreciate your time and your effortness for coming on and speaking on today.
Yeah. Thank you
for
having me.
There's a lot more ahead. Corruption over corruption. See how we're going to end this thing.
I think you like that part, right?
I like that part. That's like your motto now. So every time I hear that, I'm going to corruption over corruption. You'll have to teach me how to say it, though.
Rampant corruption. I'm going to have to make a t-shirt for you. Corruption over corruption. Rampant corruption over rampant corruption.
And you say so fast. I'm like, wait, what?
It is. It's nothing but corruption. All it is just corrupt. It's ridiculous. When is it going to stop?
Yeah.
When are you going to look
at it? And it's an endless battle. You just got to keep fighting.
Yeah. When are you going to look at people? You say, you know what? Enough. I know. I need to fix that. That's why I love Jerry Rawlings. That guy. Look, Jerry Rawlings. There's a video of him when there was a traffic jam in Ghana. Okay, because it was rush hour. He walks around. He has no military, nothing, because people respect him. He's so respected. Like Jerry Rawlings, he's so respected. He's like the top. The president is there, but he's got more respect in the country than the president.
Wow.
It's not that they don't respect him, but he's got more respect in the country because he fixed Ghana up. When he fixed Ghana, people were mad. Because if people are not they're used to certain things, then all of a sudden there's changes coming. Nobody likes change.
Yeah.
But change that is going to bring good, it will change people forever. It was a change that he brought that changed the Ghana region and the way the Ghanaian thing forever, and it's going to be like that forever, because he wasn't corrupt. He came there, he wanted to fix the country, and he took a hard hand and said, "I am going to fix it," and he fixed everything out and leave it with them, and he stayed there. There was a traffic. He gets out of the car with no police. It's on YouTube, and he dropped because there was no police. He directed the traffic, and he directed the traffic himself, and then when the traffic cleared, he got back in his car and left. Those are leaders. Those are people that we call leaders.
I gotta check them out.
Yeah, they're not proud, and they are there to fix their country.
Yeah,
these are the kind of people I want to mimic. These are the kind of people that all African leaders should mimic and try to be like them and do something for their people. But no, they all just want to keep eating money and stealing money and taking the money out in different countries that they're never going to enjoy. It's ridiculous.
Wow. I'm with you.
Yeah.
All right. So before we end our live stream here, is there any last message you'd like to say to the audience? Because we want you to continue fighting. You are an official activist from Minnesota, okay?
Yeah.
Because all the things that you are telling right now, this is what our African citizens need. Strong activists.
Yeah, strong activists.
Who can also be a voice for them as well.
Mm-hmm. We need that. Well, I want to say thank you for having me in the studio and thanks for recognizing my video, Corruption. It was good. I was pissed off. Yeah, and so I just want to tell people that we all can make the big difference in Africa. We all can make a change. Let's speak out. Let's speak out, man. Let us not sit there and see things happening in Africa and not speak out. I think the more we in the diaspora speak out, even with the social media and sending those messages to them to let them know, hey, we know what's going on. Because my video I made, there's a lot of people share it.
Oh, yeah.
And I know people in Africa, and I know some officials have seen it. We just have to send a message that we know what you guys doing, and we're not happy about it. And we do have the power, to change things, because we have voices that the young people are going to listen to all, and they're going to follow, and we can make drastic changes if we want. And this is to everybody, let us stand up for the right thing. And that's the only way African nation will change, if we all can just play our role. And you, the Africans, please don't practice corruption, because when we talk about corruption, and you yourself is encouraging the corruption by cutting shortcut because you want yours to be done, because you have this money more than that person to go and bribe the leader so that they can do your paperwork before the other person's paperwork, even though their paperwork was there, but now they got to do yours because you have money to bribe them. That itself is corruption. So you yourself you're corrupt. So I hope that people in Africa can really take a stand and stop bribing anybody. Don't give money to any leader that tells you, give me money before I can do this. It is their job to do it, so let them do it before you get the money. If it's going to take 1 week, let it take 1 week, but they must do the job. They must do it for you, and then give it to you, but don't bribe them. That is some of the way we can fight corruption, and I hope that we can one day open an anti-corruption office in Africa, and also in investigation. Yes. It will be better for us, because that's the only way we'll fight corruption in Africa. Otherwise, it can't happen. And also, if the foreign country can actually stop looking at Africa to be a very good nation, instead of only showing up when there's a coup d'etat, or when somebody is killed somebody by mistake, or when something horrible happened in Africa. Then before they focus on that particular part of Africa, it shouldn't be that way. And then it makes that stigma language. The poor people, they are criminals, and it has to stop. And that's mostly the foreign country like America and other people do those things. The media do that thing to Africa. It's ridiculous. It needs to stop, So I want to say thank you for having me here. It's been great.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah, thank you.
My last word, I'll add on to that. Old people retire. Let the young people take the chair now. Thank you. And please watch from the beginning, and let's support Amara Kamara.
Thank you.
On this activation. We are also going to add our voice and speak up for Africa. So like he said, speak.
Yeah. Speak up.
Speak up. Yeah. Never let fearmonger
distract
you from what you can do.
Yeah.
And have a wonderful night.
Thank you.
C'est encore Yves Kenao, c'est toujours Yves Kenao qui revient. Cette fois-ci, pour vous dire que Tempo Afrique TV vous offre plus de 4000 chaînes de télévision. Les chaînes européennes, les chaînes américaines, les chaînes asiatiques, les chaînes africaines. À un prix imbattable. À un prix imbattable. Tenez-vous bien. $185 pour 12 mois, inclus le box. Alors, où est-ce que vous pouvez trouver mieux que ça, si ce n'est pas sur Tempo Afrique TV? Mesdames, Messieurs, appelez seulement le 612 804 0295 et vous serez servi. Vous serez agréablement surpris de voir plus de 4000 chaînes de télévision roulées sur votre écran comme ça, et vous choisissez laquelle vous voulez. Alors mesdames, n'hésitez pas. N'hésitez surtout pas et ne faites pas compter. Prenez votre téléphone, prenez le tout de suite et appelez le 612, le 804, le 02 95. Nous sommes là, ici à Tempo TV, pour rendre votre vie simple et agréable. Alors, saisissez l'occasion d'offrir $185 pour toute une année, pour 12 mois inclus le box. Quoi de mieux que ça?